Hey there, it's Jenny from Southern Savers. It's Monday night, which means it's time for our Q&A. So this week I wanted to go through kind of grocery savings, couponing 101. And I know so many of you who join me every week really don't need couponing 101. But I feel like lately in the comments and even emails that I've been getting, we have a lot of folks that are new and are slightly frustrated. So I kind of want us to all help them out tonight. So if you are old, you've been around at this for a long time, think of yourself as like a help in the comments, because you guys really are almost every single week. But an encouragement and a way to help folks to realize how easy saving money and couponing can be, even though folks really do try to look at it and get really overwhelmed. I saw someone, I wasn't even privy to the conversation, but I was tagged in it on Twitter. And they were discussing with friends how much they wanted to save, and their friends were encouraging them to even try Southern Savers. And all they said was, it looks like college algebra. Like it shouldn't be that overwhelming. So my first response was, I asked my husband, is there a way I can make it not like college algebra? And I think for some of us, we've been doing it so long that we just look at it and it's second nature, and we kind of forget how overwhelming it can feel when you get started. So I guess let's just try to have some empathy, and let's start from the beginning for those folks today. If you have questions though that are not couponing 101, I am completely cool with those. We can jump all over the board. What I thought we might do is kind of take chunks of time where we answered those questions and then tried to stay through on the rest of our topic for tonight. So just so you guys kind of know the plan, the goal really is to make it as helpful as we can for folks, and helping them realize how easy this can be. So just so we're all clear with where we're going tonight, a lot of times we do cover drugstores and I guess maybe some deeper topics in terms of folks that have been at it a little longer, but just so we all kind of see what my plan is as we get going. So yeah, exactly. So Aaron said, let me get ready to help. That's kind of the goal on all of this tonight. So those of you who've been around for a while, yeah, jump in and please help answer questions as they pop in. So to get started, the first thing I want folks to realize when they are focusing on trying to save money on their groceries is that odds are, from the very beginning, you're really starting off on the wrong foot. So 90%, 99%, I don't know, I can make up a number here, but it's really high. Most of us, when we are going to head to the store, we make a list of what we're out of, and we go to the store with the goal of getting everything on the list. What you're doing there is need-based shopping. You need it, so you are going to the store with the intention of purchasing it today. In that moment, you actually don't even care that it's not on sale. You need it, and you're going to the store to buy it. So you're not factoring in sales. A lot of us, to make ourselves feel better, in that moment, we grab the house brand. I need this item. It's not on sale, but this one is cheaper. So we do try, but we've really already shot ourselves in the foot because we aren't watching the sales at all. If we were, then we actually might have bought that item 2 weeks ago when it was so much cheaper than it is right now. But instead, we're need-based shopping. So the first thing we need to do is kind of put away the list. I get that you need it, but could you possibly make it one more week without that item? If you can't, then by all means, let's get it this week. But if you can, maybe the item that's on your list is canned tomatoes. Well, let's just work to not cook with those items this week until we can hopefully see them on sale next week. Let's just see how far we can get for those particular items. But that's our goal, is to be sale-based shopping. Now, I'm going to pull up the PowerPoint that I use for workshops, because I thought that would kind of help me stay a little on task, but also give you guys something to where you could see it too. So to give you an idea, the first part that I want you to see on this is when I say I want you to be a sale-based shopper, I do not mean these guys. So we're going to pick on these two stores for a second. Really, this is all stores, guys, but you're going to walk in and something's going to appear to be on sale. It has a really big sale tag in front of it. It does not mean it is a good price. So what we're looking for, me personally, my magic number is 40% off or more. So if an item is not 40% off, it's really not on sale today. It will go lower. And that's what we're looking for. So, to pick on this one right here, it's on sale by a penny. Now, does that mean that I don't have a really great coupon that might make it super, super cheap? Possibly I could. But you guys are just getting started. If I'm brand new, I probably don't have a super great coupon. This item is on sale for a penny. It's not on sale. So I really want to wait. I love this one. Target does this all the time. So don't just go tearing into Target buying things that you think are on sale. This one, thankfully, whoever tagged this item, they really should have put it over the price so you didn't see it, but they didn't do that. They put it below and just shows you no, I really don't want that item today. They're going to charge you 39 more cents to buy it today than they would if you had just grabbed it at regular price. But that's the concept. I want to wait until it is its best price, which for most items is around 40%. So the other side of the equation on this, though, is that when I see that an item is its best price, and I realize this is the week I want to get it, that I want to get enough. So cereal is my favorite example. Cereal is actually what got me hooked on couponing. So I know this sounds like a random clickbait title. But for cereal, for me, I already had 2 kids, starting to figure all this out. The amount of cereal that just 4 people are going through in a week and walking in regular price, you're talking about something that's like $4, $4.50, depending on the size of the box, maybe even higher. To walk in, get it on sale, use a coupon for some of us to be in a store that doubles, and to walk out paying 75 cents for a box of cereal, that is a fun moment. So as a mama now of a family of 7, I've got 5 kids, 2 other people eating in the house, so 7 of us, 75-cent cereal, this is a happy moment. And I don't care who gets tired of cereal around here. That's what's for breakfast because it is crazy, crazy cheap. So this is what got me hooked. But this is a great example because cereal on the cereal aisle, every time you go down the cereal aisle, it's going to look like it's on sale. This week it's 2 for $7, and next week it's, they just make them up, 2 for $6, and we're just constantly changing. But at some point in the next 6 weeks, it's going to be buy one, get one. And that's the time I want to jump on it. It's 50% off. I have a really great coupon that's going to bring the price down even lower. So that's the week I want to buy it. It's the same box of cereal all those other weeks. It's just knowing the right week to buy it. So you put that little 40% mark in your head, and yeah, buy one, get one beats it, but not everything's going to go buy one, get one. You will never walk in the grocery store and find Tide, buy one, get one, ever in your life. So you're going to learn just 40% is a happy number, so that we're kind of getting all of our products in there. But if it hits that mark, this is the week I want to grab it. This is the week that it's at its best price. So I want to get enough of that item to last me until it is on sale again. So this is the other bit, the other kind of chunk of the equation for us. And I'll try to, I don't know if I can get that. Oh, there we go. That last little sentence on there for you. So I get that it's on sale, and then I want to buy enough of it to last me until it is on sale again. Guys, we haven't even thrown in the coupons here. That's what I want you to get. If this was just the way you shopped, how much you would save just by changing the way that you approach the grocery store. So I go in, I buy when it's on sale, and I buy enough to last me 6 weeks. So in the South, we stick pretty much on a 6-week cycle for almost everything. For folks in the North, it is a 10 to 12-week cycle. It's a longer sales cycle. We just really like to eat in the South. I'm a big fan. If you are curious as to where that line is, I've always said it's where you add your sugar before your ice to tea, and you know who you are. If you get that out of sync, you are no longer in the South. But you will kind of find items in that sales cycle and how it's fitting for you. Before we leave sales cycle, though, there are 2 exceptions. So first is seasonal items. You can kind of see that on there. So seasonal, what I mean by that is like our holiday items. I'm not going to find spiral cut ham on sale every 6 weeks. You already know that. That's an Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas. kind of item. And the other exception is soup. We don't see soup, hot cocoa, apple cider, nothing hot like that is on sale all summer. So we will see those come back on sale in September. But until September, not a lot of great deals. Don't panic. Coffee is on sale all year. But most of our other items that we eat hot, we drink hot, are not on sale in the summer. Just so you kind of have those two exceptions. There is an ice cream season as well. So December through early March, no ice cream deals, no popsicle deals. That's not a huge problem for a lot of us, but for some of you, you may want to stock up. You may want to go really big. But just so you kind of see the differences there. Everything else goes on sale every 6 weeks. So to give you some examples here of what I mean by stocking up. And the big thing I want you to get is that it's different for everybody. So if I go into the store with a number of children who are eating peanut butter and jelly all the time, and I want to get enough peanut butter to last us 6 weeks, one jar isn't going to cut it. Now, for some of you, you can't even finish a loaf of bread. I remember before we had children, my husband and I both worked. We'd come home and the cat had eaten half the loaf of bread because she'd gotten into things, but we never finished the loaf of bread. So we're all different, the things that we're buying and the amount that we're buying. But you need to buy enough for your family to last 6 weeks. So whatever that number is. So for our family, that may be 2-3 jars of peanut butter if we're going really crazy to get through that 6 week mark. Now, on that same moment, peanut butter is another good example because really every other week we've got a different brand. So if I didn't want to go crazy or I'm not brand loyal, I could go in this week and get a jar of Skippy and then go in a couple weeks when Peter Pan is really cheap and get another jar. So you can kind of play the game a few different ways, especially if you don't have brand loyalties. But in general, we want to focus on getting enough for 6 weeks, especially when we see the really, really good deals. So this jar of Skippy, for example, recently we had 55-cent coupons for Skippy. I've got a store in my area that actually will double that coupon. So we were talking about peanut butter for like 50 cents a jar. That's a pretty sweet price. I'm going to go ahead and get enough for 6 weeks at 50 cents a jar of Skippy. I'm not going to wait for the other brands. I'm not going to have a Jif coupon. Good luck if you ever find a Jif coupon. If that's your brand, I'm sorry. But you'll learn quickly the brands that we see more coupons for and the brands that we see less. But it's the getting enough for 6 weeks. Now, this is not hoarding. So small soapbox here, and I may be stepping on some toes, but you will see folks who share, where they've outfitted their garage and they no longer park in their garage. Really, I don't know how many bottles of salad dressing one family needs, but I don't think it's 200. So 6 weeks, probably 2 or 3 of most items when they come on sale. And that can be hard when you first get started, because when you first get started, you're like, salad dressing's 25 cents and I need to buy them all. Guys, it will come on sale again. We have seen salad dressing for 25 cents a bottle for the last 10 years. It will come on sale again. So if you get 100 or whatever silly number, it's going to go bad before you use it. So you got to make sure you can eat it all by the magical dates. And I don't know that we all can. So then you're donating a lot, which is fine. That's kind of getting off the soapbox and giving a purpose to some of your savings if you want to. But I really want to make folks who are getting started realize that we do not have to go overwhelmingly massive here. It's enough for your family and following that sales cycle, and cutting your own budget before we start going and just going insane in the garage, because we don't need to hit that point, especially to just have decent savings for our family. So meat and potatoes, that's kind of it. I'm going to buy it when it's on sale and I'm going to stock up on it to get me through until it's back on sale. So a couple other examples here, because what happens when I teach this in a workshop is that folks tend to panic. You're living paycheck to paycheck, and I'm telling you to buy 6 weeks worth of groceries at one time. So don't panic. I'm really telling you to buy 6 weeks worth of what is on sale today. you're not buying 6 weeks worth of everything you're going to eat for the next 6 weeks. You're buying 6 weeks worth of what is on sale right now in the grocery store that you will use, not the whole list, but that you will use. Next week, I'm going to buy 6 weeks worth of what is on sale in the grocery store. So each week I'm going in and I'm really coming home with some random things. They may not make a complete meal, but it's putting all those weeks together that I have a full pantry that I'm just being able to shop based on the sales. So another example here, pasta. It's one of my favorites. On sale with a coupon, we can actually walk away with completely free pasta. 25 cents a box is very doable, especially if we've got great coupons for it. So I go in, I want to get enough for 6 weeks. If you decide you're not going to do this, you're like, I can't do the whole stockpile thing. That's fine. But regular price, this is $1.79. So if I can walk in today and get it for 25 cents a box, do you know how hard it is to pay $1.79 the next time you come in? You can't. So it's only going to take you one time of thinking like, oh, I'm not going to buy the 6 week mark, to realize like, oh, wait, I want to go back to that 25 cent price. And that's the price that I want to stock up on. So as you start to see those prices, you will start to enjoy them. But also I say this to help you not panic, because 6 weeks worth of pasta at 25 cents a box, it isn't bad. It isn't going to hurt the budget when you're already paycheck to paycheck. Because if I was buying one box at $1.79, do the math there, you could buy 7 boxes and it would still be $1.75. So 6 weeks worth is going to be doable. I can't imagine you even need 7 for the next 6 weeks. You know, my family, we may have spaghetti twice in a 6 week period. And that's because we've hit the point where people grumble. I would totally cook it once a week if people would let me. It's the easiest meal that I could possibly feed you. But every single person has hit grumbling stage with this one. So it's an every other week if I'm lucky that I can squeeze spaghetti in. But I just want you to see that 6 weeks worth at a fraction of the price that you normally pay is very, very doable. So don't panic on how am I going to get all of this to fit in the budget when we're already paycheck to paycheck and we're just changing all of this up. It's not going to be painful. So to get started really quick, and we're going to jump through how to find coupons and all of that in just a second, but just to make sure we have this part under control, I want you to go in this week and I want you to buy 6 weeks worth of what is on sale that you would use. Now, you still have to have some things. I know I told you I want you to try to push some things off if you can. Like, you know, if we can try to, if we needed canned tomatoes, but we could try to not eat anything with canned tomatoes this week, great. But sometimes we can't. You know, you need toilet paper. Don't push that off. You should buy toilet paper. But you get the idea. Let's buy 6 weeks of what's on sale, 1 week worth of what we have to have. Next week, 6 weeks worth of what's on sale, 1 week worth of what you have to have. Each week, your have to have section is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller until 6 weeks from now, you own the grocery store. It's kind of a fun moment. Not fully, but you know what I mean? You're going to be to where I don't have to have anything. I can just follow the sales cycle. But it's going to take you about 6 weeks to get there because I have to see all the items that we regularly purchase come on sale. Now, before I jump to a batch of questions, one last question that I get on that, and I think it's hilarious, is that I do get folks who are new will say, okay, well, what week are we on right now? If you are getting started, this is week 1. Grocery ads are not numbered. So you could walk into Publix and ask them, what week is this? But Publix would just look at you like you had lost your mind. So this is week 1 for you. And then you are going to work through the next 6 weeks. But come 6 weeks, you have that entire batch of sales all together. You kind of own it all and you can just really follow the sales and not need a lot. Now, I say that every week I always buy milk. I always buy bread and then some fruit, whatever fruit is on sale. I guess you could say those were my need items, but I still try to find who has the lowest price on milk based on the stores that I'm in. I do not hit an additional store just for milk. But based on the stores that I'm in, I know that BioLo has the lowest milk in our area. So I try to make sure that buy low is where I get my milk. And then I see who has bread on sale based on the stores that we're shopping in. So that's it though. Everything else we're grabbing on sale, and we're not grabbing off at regular prices. Okay, so to get to some of the questions that I have seen pop in, I saw Deb asked, but wait a second, what about BOGOs? Don't stores just raise prices on BOGOs? Deb, I think I planted you. So I get someone that always asks that as well in workshops. So here's the thing with buy one, get one prices. Let's go back to our pasta here because we have pasta buy one, get one at Publix starting in the new ad on Wednesday. So it's regularly $1.79 a box, buy one, get one. So that's going to be its buy one, get one price. Now, does that mean that next week I could walk in and find Mueller's on sale for $1.25? You could. It could be on sale lower than that $1.79 buy one, get one price. But $1.79 and half, it's really $1.80 for easy math, is now 90 cents a box, basically 89 cents a box. It's beat the $1.25 of next week. But what I want you to get, Deb, is that buy one, get one price has beaten Walmart's price. So you're not going to walk into Walmart and find Mueller's pasta for 89 cents a box in Walmart. So while that buy one, get one price may seem high because they go to the full MSRP, manufacturer's suggested retail price, it has beaten the Walmart price on every single one of them. So even down to cereal. So this cereal this is a smaller box of Special K Nourish, but full price is probably right at $4. But its buy one, get one price is $2. Its Walmart price is right in the $2.69 to $2.79 range. So I already saved 80 cents over the Walmart price buying it in the grocery store. But I can get even lower. So we haven't even gotten to the coupon side of things. But just heading to the grocery store, I already saved 80 cents over the Walmart price. But then it's the coupon policy in the grocery store that's going to make this even better. So we're getting there. I want you to hit all the basics first before we get to the coupons. But just so that you see that buy one, get one really is a great price overall on all these items. Okay. So Amber says, I've heard of people keeping a list of the lowest price that items go. So how do you know what the lowest price is? Amber, to kind of jump into that one, there are a few things that you can use to know what the lowest price is. I do have a buy price list on Southern Savers. So I will show you where you can find that. But if you go to Southern Savers and you click on the Learn to Coupon tab, the Learn to Coupon page is going to pull up and it kind of goes through everything that I'm saying right now. But right here, you'll see this image and it says download the buy price list. And so this buy price list is really a long list of what is a good price for the items that you're purchasing. So this is my personal buy price list. There will be moments when we beat the prices that you see here. It just depends on the coupons that are out. But in general, for me, if it's that price, whether I have the coupon or not, it's a good time to go ahead and grab that item. So you can use the buy price list. And I can stick this as well in the comments so that you can see that. But use the buy price list. The other thing you can use is the item search on Southern Savers. So this is on the right-hand sidebar. If you're on the mobile site, there's a little magnifying glass down in the bottom of the iOS site, or you'll see item search if you're on Android in your drop-down. But item search, all I need to do is put in whatever I'm looking for. So if you want to know what's the best price on Tide, which is a favorite that everyone has, and you may not even care about all 37 stores, let's just see at one store, how cheap has Tide gotten, we'll go a couple here, between CVS, Publix, and Target, and I can put in a date in the past. So this is your best historical price book that you could possibly come up with, because it's every sale that we've seen. So I'm going to have it tell me just for the last 4 months. That's a lot of data right there. But what are the best deals that we've seen on Tide in those 3 stores? You could really ask it to tell you every store, but that's going to be a lot of Tide deals. So even here, look at how many times Tide's been on sale in the last 4 months. But what I'm going to be able to do with this is get an idea of how low does it go? What is that price that I'm looking for? I would encourage you as you get started to look at 2 different things. Let me try to make this as big as I can for you guys. So I would encourage you not only to look at the sale price, but final price. But keep in mind that final price can vary based on how great the brand is with giving us coupons. So right now, Tide has been giving us some pretty sweet coupons for $3 off, which they actually weren't doing earlier this year. So if we scroll really fast down to the bottom, you'll start to see what happens with those $3 off coupons. And we've actually gotten it much lower than we have lately. So we're using the item search to be able to see all of this, but just so you have the idea of how you would use it. So I can put in a date in the past. Now I can also use this item search. I'm going to just refresh it so I can jump to the top, hopefully. I can use this to actually find what's on sale right now. So if I wanted to know who has Tide on sale right now, take out the date, and I'm going to see every sale currently on Tide. So this is going to be a big help for you as well. So one other bit to this. I showed you the buy price list, and I'll put that link in a second, and the item search. But really, if you're using Southern Savers, so the lists that are on Southern Savers, if you come to Publix and you make your shopping list from this list, if it is on this list, it is a best price. So I do not type the entire Publix weekly ad. That does not sound fun to me. As it was, I finished typing the ad last night at like 10 o'clock at night. So there are times that I just want to go to bed. I only type the items that are 40% off or more. So if it's on the list, it's a great time to grab it. If it's not on the list, leave it there. So that is really the best way to be able to spot what is good and what is bad, is if I cover the store that you're shopping in, I've kind of done the work for you. So you can just sit here and click boxes and make a shopping list of whatever it is that you wanted to grab. And at the bottom of this very long list, as we click things, I'm just kind of clicking some random things so I can show you. But at the very bottom of the list, you'll see a box. I'm going to just go there now. And I can add all of this. We'll make this my Publix Live so that I'm not trying to shop this list in a couple days. I'm like, what? No, why did I add these things to my shopping list? But I can click those boxes and add them straight to my shopping list and then start to find the coupons for those items right then and head to the store. But hopefully that helps you get a few ideas. You can use the item search, you can use the buy price list, or just the lists that I make to kind of give you an idea of what is the best price right now. Is a good place to get started. Okay. So let's see. Jolene has a great question. Since many of the paper coupons coming in the inserts now have instituted limits of 1 coupon per shopping trip, is it still worthwhile to subscribe to 3 papers? So Jolene, what I would recommend on this one, I still get 4, and the reason for that is that we are a large family. Ooh, sorry guys, I'm trying to get all situated today. We are a large family, is that I don't just have 1 week to use those coupons. A lot of times we've got 2 months, sometimes 3 months. Now, Procter & Gamble is the exception because Procter & Gamble is giving you sometimes just 2 weeks, literally, to use those coupons. But a lot of times we have longer. So while there is a limit on them, I am going to see them come back on sale and have the potential to use the other 2 before the sale ends. For Procter & Gamble items, I tend to find that I'm grabbing some at CVS, but then I end up grabbing some in a grocery store. So it may be that while I'm limited to 2 with those from the Sunday paper, that I end up using the other 2 somewhere else, just not in that same store even. So for me, it's been okay. I'm also never one that was walking in and grabbing 10 of any item, though I did this past week get a lot of Dole fruit cups. But normally we're getting 2 or 3 of most items and then kind of grabbing it maybe if it popped on sale somewhere else. So I would say for subscribing to papers that as long as you're getting enough to get enough for your family for 6 weeks, that you could drop a paper if maybe you just wanted to go down to 2 if you weren't using that 3rd one. We used to get 2 for a really long time and bumped it to 4 really kind of once the 5th kid came into the picture. So I don't know that we would even be there if we had 1 or 2 less kids. We'd probably be back at our 2 inserts as well. Okay, so Tiana, you're funny. Off topic, but what's the color of my lip gloss? It was one of the 99-cent, basically free lipsticks at CVS last week. So it is an NYX. It was part of the butter line. Oh, and if I hadn't left it in another room, I could tell you what it was. But it's one of the darker shades. So I've found that if I go darker, I tend to like it a lot better than if I go pinks. So I don't know if that helps, but it's NYX and it's in the butter line. Okay, so Target, when do they start? It's after school sale. So Paige, you want to wait for, it's usually the first full week of September after Labor Day, and they tend to start it on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Let me see, I'll pull up my calendar so I can try to give you a precise date, but I still would check maybe a date or two earlier than this. So my guess would be possibly early, maybe like as early as September 6th or 7th, which is the week of Labor Day. Labor Day almost feels like it's just pushing things late, but definitely by September 12th. So Labor Day is the cutoff for back to school. We don't really see any more sales or deals, but you will see that a lot of those sales are coded, like Walmart's are coded through the that September 8th date. So I kind of would push it to the 12th and guessing when that date's going to happen. But that's the window that you're looking for specifically Target back to school clearance, if that's what you're asking with your after school sale question. So Karen says, I remember when I first got started that there was an amazing sale on Sunnyside Orange something, and I was loading a ton in my basket, and my child said, Mom, you would never let us drink that. Yeah, we all have those moments. Like, it's free. So no, it may not normally be on our list, but if it's free, we'll try it. Yeah, that was one that we just recently grabbed on Sunny D. My kids were all like, we never buy Sunny D. It's free. We will drink it. Or we will donate it if you hate it, but it's free. Okay, so I'm going to jump back in and kind of keep going through, and I'll get back. Well, I guess one more. So Jessica says, how are we saving on meat with the horrid death of Zaycon and having to change up? So Jessica, for us on meat, I'm still kind of trying to follow the same concept that we were with Zaycon. So I do not buy meat or produce really in the grocery store. I mentioned that I get some fruit each week in the grocery store. But meat and produce, I highly recommend getting in bulk and local. So if we don't have Zaycon, let's go with a local farmer's market if you can for produce, sometimes a local farmer's market for meat, and then hunting out local farmers. So you can actually buy beef in bulk. You can find farmers that will sell you a fourth of a cow, a third of a cow. You get to pick. And a lot of them are really great. They're used to folks coming straight to them now. The markets have really changed a lot, even in the last 10 years. So you don't even have to do the legwork to find the other people, because that isn't a whole cow. That doesn't quite work mathematically for them, but they've already got the other folks to match you in with. So you are able to tell them exactly what you want. I want mostly roasts and steaks, and they will have it all packaged and ready to go for you. The way that works is you pay a flat price per pound. So in the end, you're actually getting a pretty sweet deal on steaks and roasts. I would not recommend that for ground beef, because even in the grocery store, we can get ground beef cheaper than we can get direct from the farm ground beef. But you're talking about some good meat as well, because you can hunt it down and get exactly what you want. I want grass-fed, grain-finished. I want fancy happy cows, whatever it is. But you'll get to do a little bit of that legwork and save a lot of money to do it. The other option is restaurant supply stores, to look into those. So I live in the Columbia, South Carolina area, but there are a number of these stores all over the Southeast. The one that we have is called the U.S. Foods Chef Store. Some others to look for is the Gordon Food Service. I know that's up in the Tennessee area, but the Chef Store has a location in Charlotte, Columbia, and now Charleston. They just opened Charleston this summer. So anyone in our neck of the woods can shop there. These you do not have to pay. So they're like a warehouse club, but there's no membership fee. You just walk in and buy. And their prices for fresh meat, not frozen, just fresh meat, are insane. So boneless, skinless chicken breast, like $1.15 a pound, $1.20, kind of rotates between those prices. You will never find boneless, skinless chicken breasts in the grocery store for $1.20. So that's where we head now that there is no more Zaycon. And for us, it comes out to, on some items, to be lower than Zaycon's price was, but about the same. So not hurting too much. Okay, so let's jump into some coupons, and how do we get the coupons to get the deals? Because what I'm telling you is that I want you to get enough to last you 6 weeks. And like Jolene was mentioning, we even have coupons that have limit of 1 and limit of 2. So how in the world is that going to work? So the big thing I do want you to get, though, is that in the beginning, just from the beginning, I guess, that I'm allowed to use 1 coupon on every item that I purchase. So I'm going to show you some examples. I actually had these pulled for a workshop a few weeks ago, but they're perfect for this example because it's talking about, these are really deals from Food Lion a couple weeks ago. So I'm going to go back and I'll show you the actual sale. We're just jumping all over the place now. So this was the actual sale. Food Lion ran this, I guess now it was almost a month ago. So Food Lion ran their buy 2, get 1 free sale. I rarely even talk about Food Lion, guys, but this is a good deal when they run them. So just put that in the back of your mind. But they put them on sale. And then not only is it on sale, but when I buy 2, I'm going to get 1 for free. So technically a buy 2, get 1 free sale is really 33% off. We're not really to that 40% mark. But if you're going to put them on sale first to get started, we can definitely talk about your deal at that point. So I buy 2, I get 1 free. So here's what they look like on Southern Savers. I'm going to give you a ton of coupons, but I'm not telling you that you get to use all of those coupons on that product. What I really mean is that I want to give you all your options so that you can find the coupons and be able to get the sale. So this one I loved. I hope that you can see this. I don't know that I can make this any bigger because it is a PowerPoint and not a website. And yeah, just touching it makes it go to another slide. So I'm not even going to try. But I will read it for you. So this was Tetley family size tea bags. So iced tea is very important around here. Sweet tea in particular. It was buy 2, get 1 free at $1.50 a box. So I have to buy 3 of them. I'm allowed 3 coupons, 1 for each item that I'm purchasing. Now these coupons specifically don't have any limits either. So we're good there. So if I grabbed 2 as a printable and 1 from an insert or all 3, it doesn't matter where you're getting them from. Just find 3. Go in and get 3 boxes because you have to for the sale. 2 of those are going to cost $1.50 a piece and 1 of them is going to be free. So basically you're paying $3 after those 2 boxes, $3, and I'm getting 1 for free. That's just the sale. But I'm going to walk in with 3 $1 off coupons because I'm buying 3 boxes. I'm allowed to. So in the end, I have completely free iced tea. That's a fun deal. But it's a good example on this one that I'm always allowed a coupon for every item that I'm purchasing. Now, there are some exceptions, and I saw someone actually ask this one in the questions. So to use your question here as an answer for this exception. So Harris Teeter is running like buy 2 and get 3 free ice creams. Can I use a coupon on all of them? So we do have to follow the store policy here. Harris Teeter does not allow coupons on the 3 that are free on those buy 2, get 3 free sales. And that's just specifically in their coupon policy. It would be pretty sweet if you could, especially with Super Doubles that's running through tomorrow because it makes Turkey Hill ice cream really, really cheap. But you can't. I can only use coupons on the 2 that I'm buying in Harris Teeter. So there are moments where, yes, I got to know the store policy for the store that I'm in. All of the store policies, if you are on Southern Savers, you will see a store links that pops up on that store's page. So let me actually pull that up so I can show you exactly where it is. But if I am looking at a store's list, so to look at this one really quick, we're looking at Publix. Right here, we've got a whole box of Publix links. And every time I change stores, that box changes with the different links that you may need for that store in general. So anything that you're looking for, just to kind of demonstrate, you can sit there and kind of rotate through and find the individual links that you may need for that store with their coupon policy, whatever else may be there. So if you're looking for a coupon policy, that is the best way to find it, to be able to spot if this store has a policy that is off from other ways of, how other stores may handle this so that I'm doing it the right way. Okay, so in terms of finding all of those coupons, I do recommend that you start with the Sunday paper. And I know for a lot of us, the paper is kind of getting worse and worse and worse. But there are still a lot in there that are not available to print. So in the end, I still have to have those insert ones if I want to have all of them. And remember that the bigger the city, the more coupons are in that city's paper. So I don't necessarily want the tiny, tiny city's paper. If I live in Little Podunkville, I want, Charlotte, North Carolina, or just really big cities. Jacksonville, Florida. Atlanta, Georgia used to be amazing, but you guys lost your red plums, which is now Retail Me Not, but you get the idea. So the bigger the city, the better the option. We already really talked about getting multiples, but I would recommend at least 2 because you're trying to go in and buy 6 weeks worth of an item. You're going to want at least 2 of a coupon when you see it. So going that route. We do have a lot that you can also print. So what I would really recommend if you're just getting started and you're hunting for coupons is that you use a coupon database. So Southern Savers has one. It is not hard to find. It is right at the top of the site. You'll see the big button for coupon database. If you're on the mobile site, it's in the dead center of the mobile site. But with the coupon database, you just type in, let's see if I can there we go, get it to slide all the way up. You type in whatever you're looking for and it will tell you all the coupons that are there for that item. So, if we wanted peanut butter, we could look for it. I actually don't know that there are any. There's one, a Kroger 5-time use coupon for Skippy right now. So we could go brand loyal or we could go just plain old generic. I just want, we have to spell it right. I just want bath tissue. I don't care what brand of bath tissue. By the way, that's what it's called, not toilet paper. All the rest of us call it toilet paper, but they don't. So you can sit there and look through them all, just every single thing that we have and see every option. So it's going to be some mobiles. It's going to be Target cartwheels, whatever is in the database. This is the best way to find it. So using the coupon database is going to be your friend when you're first getting started. Definitely if you're looking for something specific or just going generic if you don't even care. I don't care what the brand is. I just need toilet paper right now. This is going to be a great way to find it. The other thing you can use if you're trying to decide, how many of this can I get is actually using your shopping list. So sometimes for me, if I couldn't decide, do I really want to mess with getting out the inserts because we all have those weeks, then pulling your shopping list, and I just made a really fast one, guys, but all the inserts will be down here at the bottom. You don't have to use the quick cutting guide, but it does quickly tell you how many insert coupons was I even potentially going to use. So if you're on the boat of do I want to get inserts or do I want to leave inserts out of the picture and just deal with printables, just from the few things that I was just randomly clicking here just a second ago, but it's really just 3, and it was just some Kellogg's items. Everything else had some digital options available. Even the Kellogg's has some digital options that were available. So not having to completely go with inserts on everything. You might find that that's the case for you too. So you might find that I don't always have to have a lot. Now, I don't want to go straight into organization tonight because we've done whole videos on organization. But just so we kind of have the gist that I'm buying enough for 6 weeks when it's great price, and then I'm trying to find the coupons to use on those items. I am allowed a coupon on every item that I'm purchasing as long as I'm following the store policy on that. There are going to be some stores that limit you to the same number of coupons, even if the brand isn't limiting you. So always good to know your store policies before you hit the store. I will warn you, if you're thinking of heading to Kroger, they are one of the most difficult. So if I've got another store in town, you may want to just get your feet wet in a Publix or a different major grocery store before you chose Kroger. Though they have some great deals, just for a brand new couponer can be a little on the daunting side because you're left feeling like nothing worked the way that you thought it was going to work. But hopefully that helps. So let's jump to some other questions for a little bit and then we'll jump back. Miss Kendra says, how do we keep pasta that long with a family of 2? So we are, for pasta, I'm buying enough for 6 weeks. I'm not keeping it around crazy long period of time, but there are some things you can do if you have problems. Maybe with people eating it, that's going to be hiding it somewhere so they don't eat it. But if you're dealing with like bugs getting into your pantry, whatnot, which we have dealt with through the years. What I would probably recommend is that you start to put your boxes of pasta in Ziploc bags and sealing them up. You could go old school here. We can keep pasta, we can keep flour and other items in the freezer. Pretty sure my stepmother still does that. Really throws me off sometimes. But it's not going to get any bugs in it if you went freezer as well. That for me, my freezer's packed with other things. I'm not about to put my free pasta in the freezer. I'd rather put my really cheap meat and produce in the freezer. But it's up to you as to where you want to stick them. So for us, when we've had bug issues, they just all go in bags because then you can easily spot what the problem, who the culprit is, and get the culprit out. And that can be a tricky one because you may accidentally bring them home from the grocery store with bugs in them. So it wasn't that you held on to them too long. It was that you got like the lottery box basically, and have now infested your pantry. That's not a fun moment, but I think it's happened to more than just me. But bags are going to be your best friend. So zipper bags so that you can seal them up. So Babette says, any diaper deals? There are some. One really good one. I don't know what area you're in, but the new Publix ad that's starting on Wednesday or Thursday for my Florida folks, Publix house brand diapers are going to be back on sale. Buy one, get one. We first saw this sale in June. So we haven't seen it since June 20th. So guess what, guys? That's like 6 weeks. It's back on sale. They're buy one, get one. And it's going to be $3.49 a pack. No coupons needed. Just walk in and grab them. So that's pretty sweet. But you'll also find some other good deals, Babette. If you've got Harris Teeter Super Doubles, Huggies are part of that. I would definitely hit that one if you have a Harris Teeter near you because it makes them crazy cheap through tomorrow. And then watching the drugstores. The drugstores are usually where I would go. So what, really, Babette, use the item search on Southern Savers, type in diapers and just see what it gives you. So the Publix ad is already up for next week. So that Publix deal is going to pop in when you put in diapers and no date. So you're going to see all the current deals, but you're going to see some future ones too. If you're trying to kind of compare who has the best one, the item search is going to be your big help, for that tonight. Does Gain go on sale like Tide? Yes, Kristen, we see the same similar sales. We have not seen the same similar coupons lately though. So Tide's been giving us sweet $3 off Tide coupons, and we've kind of been seeing like 2 off 2 and 3 off 3 Gain coupons, which is nowhere near a $3 off. So just, be okay if the value of the coupon isn't as great, but the sales are almost identical. So for example, this week, Target is offering a gift card deal. Tide's part of it, Gain's part of it. CVS, when they offer their extra care bucks, Tide and Gain are usually part of those as well. So they're always on sale together. If anything, it's just having the coupons that can be a different value. So how do we know that there's going to be a Catalina before the sale rather than after the sale? For example, this Sunday with the cereal at Kroger. So Donna, we have a running list. If you go to the footer on Southern Savers, and I will just show you right here. So in the footer, you can click on National Catalina Deals. And I just keep a running list of them. If you spot them and I don't have them on the list, let me know so that I can add them. Because the only way that folks know what's coming out is from what prints. They'll give you like a little ad coming up on what would have been a coupon. Kind of sometimes you're bummed. Man, I wanted the coupon, but instead you're telling me about an offer. But that is the only way we know is what pops out early from those prints, or maybe it's tagged in the store. Kroger's the best at tagging and letting us know, but they definitely did not on that cereal deal this weekend. But it's watching this list on the National Catalina page. So it's a standing link. It's in the footer so that you can always find it on Southern Savers. And you'll see it pop in here in just a second. Sometimes when I try to load things though, when we're live, it really can mess with and rock the boat a bit, but, hopefully you'll see it in a second because it's taking its sweet time. I will jump to another question and we'll come back, and hopefully be able to show you, what that looks like in a second. Yeah, so someone mentioned that you can get newspaper subscriptions on Groupon or eBay. So Marnie, the Groupon ones are just discounts on your local subscription, and it can be a very good deal. I've seen the Charlotte Today offered like 30 weeks for $30. It's $1 a Sunday. That's a pretty sweet price for a paper that's normally in the $3 range. So if you can find it on Groupon and on sale, I'd go for it. The eBay ones, you are probably buying inserts from somebody else in another city. And there are a lot of places that do that as well, just as businesses. Plus, you've got individuals that are doing it on eBay. Wherever you're grabbing them from, you just want to know where they're coming from. What city are these inserts from? Am I getting all the inserts? Or have you cut the few that you wanted before you send them to me? That would be the problem with the eBay ones to definitely check. Looking at their reviews on eBay will probably tell you enough about them. So I order mine from a company online. I order mine from SundayCouponInserts.com. That's plural, SundayCouponInserts.com. And I just have a standing order that comes every Monday or Tuesday. I guess they were in the mail today. So Monday in the mail of whatever was in yesterday's paper. So that works for me. I don't have to get the local paper. I don't have to wonder whether or not he's going to deliver it to my out in the boonies driveway, which sometimes we see it and sometimes we don't. But that is why we started to do that, because we can get from a bigger city and because I know it's always going to come. But you can go with lots of different routes to get them. Are Harris Teeter Super Doubles worth driving an hour to get? So Jessica, it depends on, I guess, a little bit on your situation. For me, the nearest Harris Teeter is about an hour and a half. I am not going to make that drive for an hour and a half. So most Harris Teeters are going to limit you, because that's the rule, to 20 coupons that will super double per day, which is a $2 or less coupon is now worth $4. So sounds really awesome. But most stores are going to limit you. The other problem is that if you go in tomorrow, anything that's free has been gone since Sunday morning. So you're going to get some great deals, but if you went in armed to get a whole bunch of freebies, you aren't going to get that, especially not on Tuesday on the last day. So it's being okay with getting still great deals, but not everything that you planned for, and realizing that it's really just going to be 20 items in the end if you have a cashier that's following the rules. Now, I say that because some cashiers will actually let you buy more than 20, but we shouldn't go in with the mindset of trying to get them to break the rules either. So for me, no, I wouldn't make the drive. Even at an hour, I wouldn't make the drive, because I would also be making it with 5 kids. I don't need to do that for 20 items from the grocery store. Now, if I was within 30 or even 40 minutes, I would totally make the drive because the nearest grocery store to me is 25 minutes away. So I'm already driving pretty much anytime I want to go to the store. So I would be okay with that distance, but not an hour. Okay. And Marnie says, where can I print internet printables? My printer isn't working. So local library would probably be your first step. And then maybe even asking friends like, hey, if I bought ink for your printer, can I use it? Or looking for a deal. There is a really good deal on a printer this week at Staples. I don't know if I can find it fast enough while we are live. But it is a Brother laser, which is always my favorite brand. It is not the basic Brother laser though. The one this week that Staples has that's super, super cheap is a copier, scanner, faxer, everything all in one printer. And I'm trying to make sure they're not sold out before I tell you this. But it is on sale for $99 this week. Yes, and it is still in stock. So I will stick this in the comments too. So it's the Brother HL 2390. It is $99 at Staples this week and is regularly $150. So it's a pretty sweet price. If you are wanting a printer, this one can copy, scan, fax, etc. Or sorry, not fax, copy, scan, print, no fax. Who faxes anymore? But that would be probably the best printer deal right now that's running if you head there. So if you're looking for one, it's $99. I would normally tell you, let's get the one that doesn't have the copier and all of that. You can get it for about $80. But to pay the extra $19 to get the copier and the scanner, if you would use those features, it's a pretty sweet price. So that's the one deal that I would go ahead and grab if you could use a new printer this week. Yeah, so Carla's asking, can I show you a tip? So Carla, let me show you this tip. So Carla's saying, how can I check an entire insert to know whether or not I'm good to chunk it? And I should have brought all my inserts in for us too, because I was thinking we're not going to talk organization. So I left them all in the other room. But basically, Carla, all you need to do is come in and put in the name of the insert. So I have to look at a calendar for that because I'm not like, oh, we don't need to go by day. We need to go by month. I'm not really, really good at knowing what's 3 months back. So let's go May 20th. And if I put in SS5, 2-digit month and a 2-digit day, that's going to show me everything that is still good from May 20th's inserts. So if I went back, I don't think Mother's Day never has any coupons. We did that year. So there's everything that was good for Mother's Day, but it's not much. We're really left with very, very little there. That's 3 months back. And it's usually in that 3-month mark that things start to all expire. So if we went even further, even these guys are all going away this week. And we're left with some back to schools that are probably going to expire in September, but really not a lot there that most of us are going to use. But you get the idea. So I can put in the date, a 2-digit month. So I've got that 05 and the 13 there, a 2-digit date, a 2-digit month, and we're good to see what's left. What it doesn't show you is what has already expired. So it's only showing you what's still good. You can make the decision, do I want to go in and cut the Fiber Choice coupons? Probably not. You probably used what you planned on using here, and the rest of it, you're good to donate if you wanted to. So don't forget that our inserts can have another life. We can send our inserts that we don't use overseas to the troops on deployed bases, and they can use them up to 6 months past their expiration date. So you don't have to chunk them, but you can send them overseas. A lot of libraries do collect them. So if that's new to you, if you've never heard of that program before, check with your local library because they very much may have a local collection group that's already sending them over, and you don't even have to do any work. You just need to get them to the library and they send them for you. But that's a sweet way to check what's good and to give them a new life. Let's see. Do they actually still double and triple coupons? We only have 2 grocery stores here, a Walmart and a Kroger. So Donna, yes, there are still stores that do that. Harris Teeter, Lowe's Foods, Ingles, Bi-Lo. Those are the 4 big ones, I guess, that still double on a regular basis. I feel like there are more, but those are the 4 off the top of my head at this point in the night that regularly double. In my area, we have Bi-Lo and Lowe's Foods that we try to hit to get some of the best deals that are out there. Okay, I think I've caught up on most of your questions. Oh yeah, so Donna also asked, how do we load coupons to our cards like CVS? So in terms of the other coupons that are out there, the digital offers that are out there. So if I went, let's go with Walgreens. So if I went with Walgreens and I start to even type Walgreens into the coupon database, I'm going to get all of their e-coupons. So we can just click through this. It's going to take me to their site. To be able to load any store's digital coupons, I need to be logged in. So for me, I'm already logged in, which is humorous because you guys know how often I go to Walgreens. But I need to be logged in, and then from there, all I need to do is click. Now, there is the potential when you hit the site that it's going to make you log back in if it's been a little bit, but usually it remembers you. So this is one of those points that when you're first getting started, some things are going to feel a little slow. Because when you're first getting started, you've got to create a login to each of these sites. You've never used digital coupons in Publix before, then I need to create a Publix account. But you're not ever going to have to do that again. And Publix is thankfully going to remember you. So, as you get started, I would highly recommend when you come to make your first shopping list from Southern Savers, if you're using that list for Publix, or, I've got Food Lion pulled up right now, so you're going to use this list wherever you're going. I would recommend that you aim to put maybe 10, max of 15 things on your first shopping list. Because you've never printed from a number of these sites, and I'm going to have to go through and create a login and get signed up so that I can print that coupon. And it's going to feel like it took a little bit of time. So just keep your list small, but it's also going to help you have a moment where you walked away and you felt like this worked and it wasn't stressful. It wasn't overwhelming. So just 10, maybe 15 max if you feel like you're with it. You got it. Make that list, get the coupons, and head to the store. So you're doing it kind of slow and sweet in the beginning. But once I've created those logins, then I can just go to town. I can clip anything that I want. But keep in mind, these work just like manufacturer's coupons, most of them. 90% of what you load is really a manufacturer coupon. So this comes off on one item, or this one is off of 3 Pantenes. But if I bought 6, I'm not getting it twice. It doesn't double. It only works at the store that I load it in as well. So I'm not going to be able to use this Walgreens e-coupon in CVS. But hopefully that helps. It's really because you've created an account. So if you had come here, if you had started in the database like I did, and you clicked through, but you didn't have a Walgreens account, it's going to tell you that, hey, log in, create an account, and then you're going to be good. If you don't have your card anymore, so you're in a store where you've long lost your Food Lion card or whatever, you can still set up the account with your phone number. And then in the store, I can still use my phone number, and that will trigger all of the coupons to come off as well. So it's okay if your store card has been gone for the last decade. You are still good to use those digital coupons if you want to. So don't panic if that's the case for you. But hopefully that answers your question. What is the best simple advice to start couponing right now? So to get started today, what I would recommend is let's sit down, not look at what you need right now, but instead let's look at the list that is on Southern Savers. If we cover your store, that's the easiest way to go. So let's look at the list that is on Southern Savers. And as I was saying, let's pick 10 items and let's work to gather those coupons. And guys, if you want to make it even easier, look at a list in the future. So we're talking, it's Monday night now, but the list for Publix is already up. As soon as I get off, I'm putting up the list for Lowe's Foods. It's done. I'll have Buy Low up first thing in the morning. I just have to finish couponing it. But see, I can, and I'll show you this as well. So I can sit here and slide this guy over too. But even on Publix, I can sit here and look at different ads. So this is the current one that's still running, but this is the new one that starts on Wednesday, sorry. So go ahead and do that. Give yourselves a few days. If you're just new, I don't need to sit down and try to do all this in 5 minutes. But look at the list, see what will I use in the next 6 weeks? What here will I use? And sometimes you might be doing a lot of skipping. I don't eat that or that or that or that. No, we're getting pretty low on the list before we might end up actually selecting something. And that's okay. The goal is not to buy the entire list. The goal is to buy what we will use that is on sale today, and to then try to get enough of it. So frozen fruit, buy one, get one. This is a pretty sweet price. And we've got printable coupons. We even have a Checkout 51 here. So you could kind of go to town and get 5 bags if you wanted to and just use the Checkout 51. But that one should totally be on everyone's list. I promise I will leave you a couple if you live in my area. No, I don't buy them all. Don't worry. But that's what I'm going to do. So I'm actually sitting here right now just for you, kind of working on what I would end up adding to our list as we go through. We actually could use pizza in our freezer is easy meal for grandma when we go out for date night. So pizza should always be on our list just in hopes that date night might happen. But you get the idea. So this acorn right here, a lot of folks ask me, what does the acorn mean? The acorn does not mean that that is the only thing you should buy. It just means that this is a really good price and I don't want you to miss it. So if you will end up using it, that item should be added to your list as well. And then kind of working on down the list on things that you'll use. So once we've added the items that we will use to the shopping list, or that you want to grab, then we're going to pull it to the shopping list, start to gather those coupons, and head to the store. You're good to go. So I'll stop here. I can actually come back and continue to add items to it. But I will stop here for you now and go ahead and save this at the bottom as my Publix list for this coming week. I always save it with Wednesday's date because it just helps me overall. So this is 8/8. I can click add to the list. And now I've got those few things. I can actually come back. So you guys, if you've never done that, I can come back to the Publix list. I've made that list. I do need to refresh it to be able to come back so that it actually has it as a saved list. But once I do that, if I'm logged in, I don't know if you've ever seen this before, but if I'm logged in, I can actually keep saving it. See, that list is right there now. So if I check more things, I'm saving more things to that shopping list. So I don't have to do this all at one time. I can just kind of keep adding to it when I have time to add to it. There's a lot here. The other thing you can do, if we want to go really simple, like if that crazy long list overwhelms you, I have it blown up so big we've kind of broken the little header at the top, is this little tab right here. So dollar or less. I can even tell it, you know what, I don't want to shop this week. I want dollar or less for what is good Wednesday. So I've turned off the two things that are going to go away by Wednesday. And that is now showing me every deal that is in the $1 range or less, that will be good from Wednesday on. So if you're brand new and you just want to get started on the really, really good stuff, then using that dollar or less tab is also going to help you, to be able to narrow those down. And there's a dollar or less tab for any store that has items $1 or less. So it doesn't matter what store you pick here. If Kroger is your store, you're going to find that dollar or less tab as well. Always there. So you can click any lists you want. Once the new Kroger list goes up tomorrow, you would click whichever one you wanted and it'll add them all together. So hopefully that helps as well to kind of get an idea of what you would pull 10 to 15 items to your list, gather the coupons for it, and let's hit the store. The other thing I would recommend if you're brand new is maybe we stay away from all of the mobile apps that are out there. If mobile apps are brand new to you, we've done a lot of Q&As on mobile apps. We actually just did one a couple weeks ago. So maybe going back and watching one of those if it feels really overwhelming. But I might just pick one mobile app for right now to get started, versus trying to tackle 3 different mobile apps all on the same day. Okay. And Kristen, do I always go to multiple stores for items? So you do not need to go to multiple stores. Everything will come on sale at the store that you pick. So go to the store that you like the most, or really the better option is go to the store that has the best coupon policy that is near you. So in my neck of the woods, that would be Buy Low or Lowe's Foods. It is not Publix. Publix has a ton of store coupons, but Buy Low and Lowe's Foods will both take Publix's coupons and they double manufacturer's coupons, which Publix doesn't do. So Publix doesn't win in our area, really. If I was going to decide, it's going to be Lowe's Foods or Buy Low. Now, for me, yes, I do go to multiple stores, but that is honestly because of the unadvertised list that you just saw for Publix. There's another one for Lowe's. I write those. So I have to go to those stores to be able to figure out what is unadvertised for you. And if I'm already going to be in the store, then it's really hard to pass up whatever's free while I'm in there. So I do get little lists together, where I might be running in and grabbing 5 or 6 things while I'm walking the whole store looking for unadvertised deals. It also helps me to not feel quite so weird. Like, oh, there's that lady that just takes pictures and never buys anything. I don't want to be that lady. So I at least have something in my cart while I randomly walk around their store and take pictures. But yes, I do shop multiple stores, but no, you don't. So long answer. I just really don't want you to stress out. So Erin, thanks again for asking it. My washer is dying really fast. Are there any back to school deals on them? Not going to be able to make it to the next 3-day weekend. So Erin, I'm not sure if Sears is still running the Strange deal that they threw out. I'm going to check that one really quick. But Sears was weirdly running an appliance deal where they were offering $300 back on any $300 purchase. So let me check that really quick. I'm pulling it up. It looks like they are not, and that's a bummer. That would have been the first place that I would have gone to, is looking to see if they were still running that. Yeah, you probably wouldn't make it to Labor Day. That's a long stretch. What I may try is definitely price matching around with appliances. So seeing if you can get similar deals somewhere else. I do see one on Sears that if you buy this top load washer, you get a free dryer. I don't know. You didn't even need one, but they're going to throw one in. So maybe kind of hunting around to see if you can find a similar deal or a price match deal on anything in particular. I'm going to stick the link in on that washer just in case you're curious on what they're offering for a free dryer. But it would be doing some hunting online and then trying to price match in the store. I know Lowe's also very recently ran 10% off for Lowe's card holders. Even if you don't have a Lowe's card, you can get one just to get 10% off, or get the moving coupons that are out there as well. Could be the way to go. It's hard when it's not a 3-day weekend though to really know that you got the best price. You're just not in the right window. And I know you don't want to hand wash your clothes though. That's a hard one. So you're going to have to do the legwork yourself on the price matching, look at online deals, and then head to these into stores, see if they will match. And then totally don't forget scratch and dents. So we have an amazing washer and dryer. And the dryer that we got was brand new, but some lady had returned it because she wanted a matching set and she'd hated the washer. Well, we didn't end up buying the washer, but we bought the dryer because I don't care if things match. So always checking the scratch and dents too, and finding out in your area where most of the scratch and dents go. So in our city, there are, I think, 3, maybe 4 Lowe's stores just in the Columbia area. But one store is where the truck always ends the day. So most of the scratch and dents end up at that store. So anyone that lives in the Columbia area, they're all out in Lexington. So if you want to go to Lexington, in our area, that's where you're going to find all the scratch and dents because that's where the truck ends the day. So doing a little bit of homework on those two can save a chunk of money. Okay, well, we are over on time. We had a lot of good stuff, though, if you're just getting started. So I would love for you guys, if you've had folks that you've been trying to get started, share this, help them to learn it. We also have a full, 2-hour-long workshop basically on YouTube that you could also watch if you're trying to get a little bit more familiar with all of this. But hopefully that's enough to get you started. So we buy it on sale. We buy enough to last us until it's back on sale, which is that 6-week window. And then watching the lists that are on Southern Savers, because if it's on the list, this is the time to grab it. It is that 40% mark that we've been waiting for. So if I didn't hit your question, I apologize. I really tried to make sure that we got through all of them, but sometimes it can get tricky. And thanks, guys, for everyone else that chimed in and answered folks' questions in the comments, too. Y'all are always awesome at just helping everybody feel like we're in a great group in the end. Yeah, and Lynn, I am getting most of my meat at the chef store, though I did grab some pretty sweet markdown meat at Bilo last week, so I'm never opposed to markdown meat that just jumps in the buggy, even though you weren't planning on it for sure. And Tanya, yes, thank you. So Dell is still offering the coupon codes through tonight on laptops, and I can try to stick that, try to find that link for you, Tanya, sorry, and stick it in the comments. All my pages are massively big because I've been zooming in for them for you guys. I keep trying to find the right link. But if you click on Back to School as the category on Southern Savers too, you should be able to find it pretty quick on the Dell side. So let's see. All right, I thought that would work for us. Well, I'll find it for you and I'll stick it in the comments in just a second. But they are through tonight. So everyone else, yep, baby steps to get started. And thanks for joining me. I will hang around in the comments and try to answer any questions that I saw that I didn't get to in person as well tonight. So thanks again for joining me. Y'all have a great night, and I'll pop back in with any other deals that we find this week.